Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're doing well, hope you're having a magical day and the next day even more magical, because today I will be exploring with you how the artwork of Lovebites went. So it's the first time I think on the channel show how I work with markers, and I don't really hate it. Like, it didn't come out really bad with markers. It's just a medium I don't really regularly use, so keep your expectations to something normal. I wanted markers because I thought, like, I wanted to see, I had many members, so I wanted to do it in time first of all, but I also wanted to see how hues and tones would be worked around with such a material, especially when I'm accustomed to something that blends really well, which is oil paint. The last time I tried oil paint on Quinstrike artwork, I was a bit struggling with it. Of course, I had a bunch of textures underneath it. That helps too, but it shouldn't make me struggle, I mean. So I wanted to try this in order to have more control, because you have a tip, you don't have a brush, so there's more control in your strokes and what you do, which is what I tried to achieve here, and I think it was much helpful for me. I kept doing a few mistakes and things. I keep fixing them, and I think it ends up being better, thank God. So I'm working on the faces, I'm adding like the hair details and everything. I hate that hand over there. Just don't look at it, please. I'm going to make it disappear afterwards. That doesn't exist. Yeah. So I mushed all 5 members together because I wanted them to be all into the picture. So yeah, they're from different pictures, so you realize that they're not meant to be like this. I had a struggle blending the underneath together with each other, so yeah, that was a bit so yeah, you can see the legs coming together in the same bit. What is that? God, okay. Taking into account my Patreons' wants and needs, I always put up a poll and they decide on materials as well. So one of the choices was color pencils, which I added, as well as oil. Afterwards you can see it. I started with watercolor color pencils to add some details to the outfits, to the skin, the hair, the face in general. Just a few things. I actually like how it develops after the markers. I think the markers gave it the sharpness that it needed in the face and the details. And then, like, I could do whatever I wanted with the dresses, with the outfits overall. And I think it was fun with the background as well, if you see what happened. It was also really fun to work with blonde, chestnut-ish hair, which is Asame's hair here. So I worked with like brownish, and I grabbed the yellow so that it would fade a bit and it would create more strokes. But yeah, it was really fun, like, working around with the hairstyles and the hair colors and the variations. I think that was a lot of fun to work with. I had an enormous fun just completing the hairstyles, because they had many different ones. Miho's green ends were fun as well, because afterwards when I add some water and stuff, they start leaking, and it's fun to get it into the outfit. I like it. I like the messiness of things, but also how clean and perfect, not perfect because they're not perfect, but like a really structured and defined all the details on the face and the hair are. Just because having those, you know, very structured and clean lines gives me the chance to make everything else look super stupid and messy, which makes it even more fun, because I feel like that would be the music around them dancing and going crazy, or the crowd just shouting stuff. Yeah, that's what I think would happen, and that's why I wanted to make the outfits a bit like drip at the ends, or have them blend and mix or something. In the end, I ended covering it up with a bit more oil paints and like giving it a more like darker background, because I started off a bit lighter, but I didn't like it as much because I wanted them to pop off, especially because we had the white outfits, and it's a pretty significant thing for them. They always wear white but they play heavy metal, so it's a quite opposite thing. And I wanted the background to be really dark. That's why I darkened it afterwards with oil paint, just to make them stand out and pop out. So let's talk about the band itself as you watch the drawing happen. So I loved the journey with the band. It was super interesting. I certainly will hear and listen more of their songs in the future. Next week I will only be doing the new band, sadly. I don't have time for this band to be added into the new band's list and stuff that I'm doing. So I'm doing a new band, and next week I'm planning on getting back into this band and doing another reaction, maybe 2 in 1 or something. But I'm excited, yes, because of that. So, discovering this band firsthand, I was really excited and also surprised at how interesting they were. Like, not only did I get, like, really out of the structure of heavy metal, but I also saw it in a more romantic way, which was really interesting. I find this band not only very unconventional to the actual genre, but also really refreshing. Not only was Asami's voice a really interesting soprano approach to the whole outfit, to the whole genre, but it also made me a lot excited for what could be the songs they come. So first time listening to them, the Edge of the World song, I was like, ooh, nice, like really interesting. What the heck is going on with this voice? You know what I mean? Because Asami's voice is a freaking soprano opera singer's voice. Like, she has background of it, which would explain it. By the way, I love the leaks here. They're so interesting and so cool because they blend into the background when you were like, haha, excuse me. So it's really fun to see that happening there. And yeah, not only was the vocals insane and really interesting to see, I also really enjoyed the double guitar solos, like one guitar solo then another one, or the transitions between them. The transitions of the band overall are unbelievable and perfect. But in general, the work the two guitars are doing, Midori and Miyako, is insane. Like, they have such synergy and connection that I cannot believe what I'm listening to can be so perfect that's not like recorded or something. Like, they have the perfect connection and realization of the beat so that they actually play at the exact same time, the exact same things, and at the speed they're playing, you don't expect them to be exact, to be correct. I actually started breaking down the background here because I wanted something a bit darker, but I also wanted to break a bit from the actual structure that it had because I liked the flowiness of stuff before. And so now here I add oil paint. And I'm starting to like the darkness because I like how they make the actual characters, the actual singers and band pop off a lot more. Now that I said singers, I really love their vocals. Backing vocals as well are so nice. They are beautiful to a crisp. Like, their voice is so nice. They're different from Asami's, first of all. Each member singing. And I know that Miho and Midori are not as much backing vocals. They're like backing vocals. They sing together with Asami and Miyako. And Miyako is supposed to be backing vocals, actually supporting and adding to the lyrics and stuff. So, like, a bit more. That's what I'm trying to explain. And I'm like, what I really like is just their work together. Like, I think when they do have vocals, backing vocals, and singing together, it just adds something really interesting, and they do it at the right times. Like, they break the song and they create the song at the perfect time, where it's too intense, so you add backing vocals, and it's the pace of the vocals that are slower that makes it super fun. And yeah, just in general, this band works in an insane way, and I haven't discovered even half of what they can do, and I'm super excited to see more next week. So if you guys are interested, keep up with me, be sure to like and subscribe. I hope you like the artwork. I really like how it came out. It was pretty interesting. I would add a few more things, but I think it's pretty fun as it is and really interesting. It has a character from the band, I would say, but you guys know them better. So be sure to email me if you're interested for the artwork, or if you like it a lot, please comment down below so you tell me. I have a website where the artwork will go up, but that is until the actual oil paint dries, so I can put it up. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to like, subscribe, click the bell for notifications. Alberto will be sending you, and I'll see you next time in my next reaction if you choose to continue with me next week. Else, next week. Bye bye for now.